Hello, beautiful Aries. How are my seekers doing? Welcome back to the Existential Shift. Thank you for being here. Your May reading, May Tarot was about the Song of the Siren. Seeing that Mars, your ruler, is still in Pisces all the way through the end of the month, June 29th, I believe. I feel like it still applies. So if you watched it, I recommend to watch it again. If you have not, I do recommend on watching it. Your Aries for May. Okay. I'm working with the Spellcasters Tarot. What do my Aries need to know for this coming month, please? When the god of war, aka your ruler Mars, can't punch and kick or shout because he's underwater, like, what you gonna do? Tell it to the fish? Flounder is gonna be like, you gotta find a different way. You gotta be creative in the way you go about things. It's not point A to B, and trust me, I love going from point A to B. It makes so much sense. Straightforward, direct, quick, accurate. No, not now. This energy is asking you to rather than saying it, maybe hypnotizing it, connecting to it from the realm of the mysterious, from the heart, from the unknown. The psychotic drowns in the same waters in which the mystique swims in delight. And this energy can teach you that, Aries. It could just as easily make you drown if you downfall into the psychotic realm. But if you tap into the mystique in you, Aries, you are the spiritual warrior, or you are the asshole. Okay, let's just... Yes, it's black and white what I just said. Yes, of course there's so many hues in the middle. But basically, you have a chance now to tap into your spiritual mystique warrior that is already in you. It's already a part of you. It's not something you need to learn out of the blue or force yourself into. The Strength card. The Strength card is a very powerful card. I mean, it's called strength and she's riding a lion. It's not physical strength. It's the strength of perseverance. It's the strength of faith. It's the strength of the inner knowing. It's the strength of acceptance. It's changing what you can change, it's accepting what you can't change, and it's knowing the difference. I've said two grand quotes. This one and the latter, I believe, was either Carl Jung or Carl Sagan. Something about the name Carl is really wise. I'm just realizing it. The Strength card here is telling you that you got this, that you're on the right path. That the people that you meet and the situations that you encounter and the dreams that you dream and the feelings that you feel are all a part of this journey. It's a shaman journey. The Strength card is a very, very powerful, multi-layered card. I will link the class I did about the Strength card below in the description box. See, this is not the lion charging forward. This is a hybrid of a lion and a lioness. This is a majestic balance of masculinity and femininity within every single one of us. That once it's reached, it's magic. It's white magic. It's true magic. It's a kind of magic where you don't need to impose your will onto reality. It's a kind of magic where your will aligns with the will of the universe. Thus, you have the entire support of the planets and the energies and the divinities, the gods and the elements. They all align to serve your will, because your will is high and mighty and true and tapped into the purpose of your soul. There is no resistance in this power. There's no shadow aspect of ego. There's healthy ego, yes. But there's mostly life force from the hala, from the center. All the power comes from our center. There's a reason why in martial arts, every movement begins with the hip and with the core and with the center of your body. Seven of Cups. You're conveying with the planets. Mars being in Pisces doesn't freak out my seekers. I mean, I'm sure there are seekers out there that are getting really, really confused, and you may have your moments, of course. But if you close your eyes and allow the energy to guide you underwater, this is when Mars realizes that they can't move regularly as they used to, because it's a completely new sphere. It's a parallel universe. It's different laws of physics. The gravity just doesn't apply here. So listen to the spirit of the sea, the water nymphs that are trying to guide you, whispering in your ears. And it sounds not very reasonable or logical. How could that be? It makes no sense. I never used to do things this way. Why am I pulled? Why am I drawn here? Why am I going there? Why am I feeling this? Why am I thinking this? Your soul is expanding into itself after being somewhat limited. Some of you having the stars align for you. This is a very good reading so far. I'm tapping into something quite beautiful. Some of you might be learning about, the occult. You might be opening your mind. You might be opening your mind to new knowledge. Maybe you already have, you are here. So maybe it expands, maybe no longer from the logic, from the academic knowledge of the craft or of the divination. Rather, you're starting to really intuitively feel it. Some of you, those of you who are experienced occultists, readers, you might be having your abilities reach the next level, where you kind of just feel the shifts or feel the cards in a way that is very, very new to you. You're connecting the dots way better, way faster, more intuitive. It's almost like you don't necessarily need them anymore, although you love them, so you keep them. 9 of Swords. And as you learn more, about life and about energy, you learn more about yourself. Because going super out brings you right back in, just as when going super in shows you all the out. The Orion's belt, we're all just metonymy for infinity. So when you tap into the universal spirit and when you inevitably also feel the pain of the world, welcome to the life of Pisces. It all starts to feel. The fields go into the fields. And you're Aries, you're strong and you're determined, and you don't let pain or depression or stress get to you. You push through it. But when you push through your pain, you push through yourself. You're shattering yourself into pieces. So for the next step or two, seemingly you're going forward, but you're actually in the long haul weakening yourself. This month teaches you to see the truth that is outside of you, underneath the hidden layers. And by doing so, seeing the truth inside of you, hidden underneath the layers. The mountains can be green and vibrant, or the mountains can be bare and cold. They are still the same mountain. They are still the same mountain to climb. Whether it's sunny or snowy, you're realizing your path and you're not running away from it anymore. And you're laying down your swords. You're realizing that that's not where your true power lies anymore. Every time we wave swords, somehow, sometime, one way or another, that sword gets waved right back at us. So what if instead we wave the wand of our desire and let that guide us? That way, that desire will find us one way or another. If you're feeling confused, if you're feeling in pain, it's the energies, it's the universe trying to help you to get through to yourself. Your soul's trying to talk to you. Thank you, confirmation, the Wheel of Fortune. Change is upon us. Change is upon you, big time. If you'll be stiff, you'll break. You want to be flexible. Something inside you is changing, and it's going to change your reality. See the snake here? And see the snake here in the beginning? It's birthing a new reality for you. The Wheel of Fortune, the wheels are starting to turn. It's like you're hearing things you didn't hear before. A breeze used to just be a breeze. Now it's the elemental of the wind speaking to you. And you're wondering, what is it saying? And you can stop and think, is it wind from the north? Is it wind from the east? Is it wind of the south? Is it wind of the west? And if so, what does that mean? If you don't know the answer, ask it. The answer will come to you. Through a book, through a person, through a dream. Put the question out there. of Pentacles. This is someone that can teach you a lot. It doesn't have to be, I mean, of course it could be. It doesn't have to be like a direct teacher, coach, boss, friend. I'm sorry, it doesn't have to be these things. It could be friend, person, and it's someone that isn't looking straight at you. They're busy with their, manifestation of creation and of life. I feel like they teach you by observation. Like maybe you're observing them. You do feel the need with the Queen of Pentacles here to find your ground, to find your roots, to find your connection. The Queen of Pentacles talks about all these things. She is the queen of the element of earth. You learn so much about your own planet Earth by learning about the other planets. Just as much as you learn about one organ by learning about other organs. The planets are just organs to Goddess. And Earth is the womb. So, you're giving birth to something, Aries, something really, really good. The moon. Someone has experienced a loss. This could be the pain of it that drives them or you to all these fields and all these discoveries. Someone is feeling like they really need guidance, like they're feeling all kinds of things that they don't really know what to do with them or how to process them. Talk to this person who seems to know, okay? If it's you, maybe someone else needs you like that, right? If you're this Queen of Pentacles energy. Because guys, keep in mind, these are general readings, so you can reverse the roles. I think I just gone blind. You, the Emperor, the Lovers, and Page of Cups. So a choice needs to be made. A lot of people are this has been a theme in the readings for this month. Most especially it came up in the extendeds, by the way, in several of them. A choice of love. Some of you are conflicted between two people. Some of you are involved with someone who's conflicted between two people. Mostly, it's an ending that needs to end to lead to a new beginning. It's like the transition time of an ending to a beginning. It's not a complete cut, past, future, old, new. It kind of flows into one another. The ending ends slowly as something else also begins. I'm not necessarily referring to cheating or things like that. It's more like organic. But Aries, it's almost like Something about the full moon is really prominent here, so I'm actually not connecting as much to the full moon in Sagittarius as I'm recording this today, by the way. More so possibly to the full moon in Virgo, which will be in July. Wait, no. In Capricorn, the full moon in Capricorn, the full moon in Capricorn, which will be in July. But it starts with the new moon in Cancer. See here how we have the waxing, the full, and the waning. The three moon goddess. And here we have, yeah, this is also a new moon. I feel like until the new moon, which is around the 21st of July, of June, I'm sorry, around the 21st of June, give or take. Until then, you're in this energy, right? Of discovery of yourself. The gut. And then, as the season change, and you go into Cancer season, you have the new moon, a new cycle. That's when also Venus starts going direct. Mars will stop its retrograde on the 29th. But then also Mercury is going in retro. As they leave retro, Mercury goes in retro, and then there's the shadow period. So it's going to be like a mush of startings and beginnings. I'm sorry, startings and beginnings. Okay. Maybe I should name this video a mush of startings and beginnings. A mush of endings and beginnings. Okay, some are in retro, some are direct, and they kind of overlap on each other. But from the 21st of June, towards the full moon in Capricorn, right? Which is early July. That's when it hits you directly, like your knowing, your power, your seat of power. Okay? This is who I am, this is what I want, this is what I need, this is what I'm going to do. The Emperor is a doer. And it's 100% a choice of the heart that has to do with your emotional realm. See here? He's really affected by the moon. Who else had the Emperor and the moon come out? Oh, who was it? Do you want to see me on the cover of a global magazine? Yours truly, Morgane, is nominated to be on the cover of Maxim magazine, and you can make it happen. Many of you have already been making it happen, and you've been doing so amazing. Thank you, my beautiful seeker, for such a beautiful support. Rock and roll. Keep going. When you're at your fastest, that's when you need to go faster, and never disrespect your competition, most especially if it's a beautiful woman. So if I'm not first, get me to being first. If you see me first, make sure to maintain me as first. This is a long game with steps, with stages. So we need to play smart and do it daily. Thank you. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I will give further explanation when we finish your reading. Okay, show me more, please, about this for Aries for June. And I will continue this reading in the extended, by the way. Page of Wands. So we have Page of Cups and Page of Wands. So it's almost like with this entire process of spiritual and energetic transformation and expansion and awareness and growth, you also are like, but wait, what about the fun? What mischievous thing can I do to balance the scales? I'm feeling too serious. I'm feeling too mature. I'm feeling too wise. I gotta go and do something funny. Go and do something funny, Aries. That's fine. Spirituality isn't constantly being serious. Being an adult doesn't mean being a bore. I'm picking up on an adult that really likes to crack jokes or to goof around or to do, pranks. It's also very mutable energy. Lovers, Page of Cups, Page of Wands. It's like Gemini, Pisces, Sagittarius. The only mutable energy that is missing on the table currently is Virgo. So this is building, 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 building. Mutable, mutable, mutable. And it's okay. It's okay to change. It's okay to be versatile. The most spiritual, gifted people I've ever met are extremely changing. They wear many faces, not in a way that is psychotic or deceitful necessarily. Of course, they can take it there, but more so, like the actor or like the shapeshifter. How will you change faces unless you first know your true face, your true core spirit? And it's almost like once you get to know your true self and your true core spirit, that's when freedom happens, and that's where you can really just play, because you feel safe in life. It's like whatever adventure you'll find yourself in, you'll know how to deal with it. Because maybe you're acting like the village fool or the joker, right? In the court gesture that says everything they want to say as a joke, which is why they are forgiven and not taken seriously. So things that they say are forgiven, whereas if someone else were to say, they'll probably get beheaded or something. It's because they know how to communicate it. Speaking of, there is an element here of someone in a higher hierarchy versus other people who are, I don't want to say subordinate, because that's just the analogy that I just gave from the royal court. But in real life, hello, 2020, maybe it's people that work for you or work with you. This could be students. This could be employees. But there is a group of people on somewhat of an adventure where the leader, emperor here, is probably the one going through this. Also, this, I can't ignore it, this describes the state of the world right now. Some of you are really dealing with it headstrong. You might be involved somehow. You might be at a leading position that needs to deal with what is going on. You might have people that rely on you. Maybe you're trying to hold up a household when you have children, and you're trying to keep everything intact while making sure you're giving them the proper attention to get them through this, to teach them about the ways of the world. Some of you have dreams of utopia. This is a very utopian, idealist, visionary type of energy right here, of a new world and what it can be. So, okay, so everything is being burned down, everything is being flooded. Okay. Aliens are coming. Okay. What are we going to rebuild? What are we going to build after this? Even those of you who aren't mystiques, you might be really looking at, the world events and connecting the dots and trying to really figure out, okay, where do we go from here? How do I prepare best? How do I take care of my family? How do I take care of my friends? What do I need to do now in order to be ready? Yes, hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Sorry. Sorry, I'm staring at it. So I'm going to pull Animal Spirit. And I feel like one more card. This might be a long reading because I'm going to pull one more card. Then I'm going to tell you about the magazine. Then I'm going to pull animal spirits. So, okay. What else do I need to tell Aries for June, please? What else do I need to tell Aries for the month of June, please? What does Aries need to know? The Magician. Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God. No, I can't. Oh my God. Look. Bottom of the deck, the Empress. The Empress and the Emperor are coming out a lot also in readings. And then the Chariot and the Death card. Oh my God. Okay. All right. I can't not. Like. Okay. 4 major arcanas just added to the table, and I'm going to honor it. I'm not going to ignore it. I don't care if this reading is long. This is just... This was first, this was second. I'm surprised the sun isn't out because the theme of readings seems to be Empress and Emperor, Sun and the Moon, the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine's balancing of their both feminine and masculine energies, tapping into their divinities and changing the world. I'm not freaking kidding. I know I sound dramatic, but the element, and speaking of Virgo, we just now have it on the table as well with this mercurial, fourth mercurial energy and all the elements on it. Okay. Very watery energy. Cancer, Scorpio. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. All the water signs are here. Taurus is very strong on the table. Aries, Leo, Sag. So all the energies are here. And you're getting to know your different... It's because it's not that it's all the signs that you're involved with. No. I don't like it when readers take it there. It's just... It's the aspects within you that you're tapping into. You're getting to know all the different aspects of your chart, of the pieces of your own puzzle. Okay? When it comes to love, a lot of people are either meeting or getting together with their either, you know, the one or someone extremely important to their life path that can really get them there to the next level, to what feels like a complete new experience of life. Okay, once again, the full moon in July, the full moon in Capricorn is going to be very, very meaningful to a lot of people, yourself included, because it's coming up in your reading. Something that has to do with creation and manifestation. This is very strong manifestation. You might be creating something big, working on something big. It might require travel. If not travel, it might be something that is global, like international in some way, shape, or form. Some of you are receiving a sudden opportunity. Maybe you want to watch Cancer reading because their reading was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Gives you a glimpse into your future. That's their reading for June. Then something similar is happening here, where you've either manifested something big and it's now getting into fruition. It might require you to travel. Some of you, it might mean you're literally moving. Could be a different city, but it could be a different country. It could be even a different continent. This is like big. Now, of course, it's not for all of you, and it doesn't have to be like that. This could be a change of a life path, right? A complete change of, oh my God, I'm tapping into some of you guys that are going to go through a complete change of life path. This change has been accelerated throughout March and April. March, April, May, that was the acceleration of it. Between July and November, it's going to really pick up strongly to a point where you already know what I'm talking about. It's not a maybe, it's not maybe it's like that, maybe it's like that, it's like certain. There's a lot of power here. A lot of power. So I don't know if some of you are very influential or possibly wealthy. If not wealthy, then this maybe also, just someone with influence, someone that people listen to, someone in a leading position that people like kind of follow. You might be called this month to give your guidance or give your wisdom or give your knowledge or do something in one way, shape, or form. This could be one-on-one vibe, but honestly it feels more like group or society level. For those of you who don't connect with this, who don't feel like it's you, then you might be following someone like that, or inspired, or learning from someone like that, right? Sorry, I want you. Yeah. Once you make your decision, it will be a snowball that is unstoppable. It's like you'll make a specific decision. Could be about a person or about a life path or both even. They might be correlating. And that will start a process that will just be, it's like a domino effect. And the inertia of this snowball growing, it will be unstoppable. There will be no looking back. I can tell you that in certainty. It's fated, it's destined, it's written, it's contracted. See, here we have the Strength card, the White Magic, and the Magician card, the Black Magic. And when I say black magic, I don't mean like evil, dark magic. I mean like active force of will type of magic. Remember I told you that this is the type of magic that doesn't have to enforce its will on reality. The Magician is the one that, it's like the one that knows how to work with the elements into place, like the alchemist, okay? It's the shaman alchemist that knows how to make things happen, that knows how to convey with the universe. Specifically here, it's working with it's very strongly with the elements of earth and water. Some of you that are very psychic are having your abilities expanded. You're conveying with beyond the veil even stronger. So if you're a claircognizant, meaning you just know things, maybe now you'll start having visions. Maybe you'll be a clairvoyant or clairaudient, or like your clair abilities will expand. It's not that one is better than the other, or that you start with one and continue to the other. It's just, it's different, right? Because our mind works the way it works, so energy comes to it and conveys with it the way it understands best. And different people have different ways of analyzing or processing information that they receive. This is why some people will be clairvoyant, some people will be claircognizant, and so on. And as you develop your brain, and as you get to know the different aspects within you, the different elements in you, the different energies in you, the different characteristics within your human condition, your brain becomes more expanded and more able to process energy and information in different ways. So you might find yourself, so you might have some prophetic dreams as well. I want to know what is happening between this Emperor and this Empress and where they're heading towards, and that's what I will look into in the extended. It's a special double pentagram. I'll look into you and your person of interest, and it goes into the detail of the interaction and where it all goes for June. So animal spirit for this wacky reading, I mean, there's so much, there's just so much symbiosis between, so the Emperor and the Empress, right? It's the yin and yang to each other. And then there's the Strength and the Magician. These are like natural counterparts, right? This is your person. This is reaching a level of mastery to allow you, both of you reach a level of mastery that allow yourselves to connect. Because if you're at your level of mastery and they're not ready yet, it can't meet, right? The frequencies aren't exactly yet correct. But once you both align with your true self, then it can click, right? It's all frequency and energy. Nikola Tesla said, if you want to understand the world, think in terms of numbers, frequencies, and energy, or something like that. I hope I'm not slaughtering all the beautiful quotes from the beautiful people that I've mentioned. If you don't know Nikola Tesla, or Carl Sagan, or Carl Jung, that's your homework. Speaking of homework, before I go to the extended and to a message from the animal spirit, and those can go really intense as well. Yours truly is nominated to be on the cover of a global magazine, Maxim magazine. It's a very luxurious, well-known. It's a wonderful opportunity both on a personal level and a collective level. What do I mean by that? For me, myself, Morgane, I'd be ecstatic to have a photo shoot with Joe Bensimon. And I would be ecstatic to win a very generous prize that will really, really help me financially. You know, I do these readings. I give 13 hours per month minimum for you guys for free in this platform. And that's before I do the paid content. So that's a completely different thing. I still do this. It's a lot of energy, a lot of time, and a lot of knowledge and love that I pour into you. I give you my heart and soul, and I've been doing this for almost 3 years now. Some of you have been around my channel for that duration of time, and I'm grateful for you. So, you know, regardless if you've been here through this entire time or you just joined today, if I inspired you, if I taught you, if I helped you, if I entertained you, this is a perfect opportunity for you to reciprocate, and it's for free. Okay? All you gotta do is click the link below and vote for moi. Now you do it once a day. It's a long game. The good news is it's super easy. It's literally 2 clicks, one on the link and one on the voting. If it asks you for to sign up to Facebook, it's just to make sure that you're a person and not a robot. They want to avoid fraud, which makes sense. Okay, but it doesn't take your details. It doesn't spam you, so no worries. So you do that once a day. It restarts every 24 hours. And we got this. And that was my expression for my personal joy. But hey, there's also the collective, because where Morgane goes, the existential shift goes. I want to bring forth this movement broader, wider. I want to bring here people who would normally not find this platform. Either men that will look at me as a model, but hey, let's wake up the divine masculine, right? Yeah, they need to be here. We need to balance the scale. Currently, I have like around 70-something% audience that is women and around 20-something% that is men. Let's balance the scale and make sure that they woke and wake, because we need them awake. Wake up. Wake up. And then there's the young women who look up to models and actresses and influencers, and we want them to have an example that is both Venusian on the outside but Venusian on the inside. The high priestess, the empress, the druidess, the Amazon, the divine feminine on the inside, the one that creates worlds with the power of her will, and her femininity, and her masculinity, and everything she wants to be. So I need you guys. We need to do this together, and I need you to be consistent once a day, every day. Your votes count. And if you see me somewhere below, get me to the top. And if you see me at the top, yay. Good job, guys. It's you that is doing that. But don't forget, when you're at your fast, that's when you're at your fastest, that's when you go faster. If you're number 1 before the finish line, you're not yet number 1. You gotta keep it going. Never take for granted. Never take anything for granted. It's a good lesson. It's a good muscle to train. Greatness is a muscle to train in the little things. If you are passive and some days yes, some days no, in the little things, then the muscle is weak. And when it counts, you won't be able to do it properly and great. Everything you do, from the smallest to the biggest, gotta be great. If you want to be great, it's your choice. It's your choice to be whatever you want to be. If you want to be great, you got to practice it. You got to do it. If you clean your house, do it great. If you cook, do it great. Think of whatever you do as if it's the biggest thing in the world and the most important thing in the world. And if you don't do it perfect, oh my God. That's the way of the spiritual warrior, by the way. That's the way of the shaman. They do everything as if it's the entire universe on the line. That's how great people become great and lead the world. Are you an actor? Are you a singer? Are you a lawyer? Are you a cheerleader? Whatever you are, whatever you do on the path there. I was a server for years and a bartender for years to allow myself to live this life. But every table, I gave it my all. And every person I served, I gave them my all. And when I cleaned a table, it wasn't just, oh, I fucking hate this. No, it was renma. It was wax on, wax off. Karate Kid. Wax on, wax off. I did it perfect. I manifested greatness by behaving like everything ought to be great. So join me on this journey, Seeker, every single day. And let's do this. Thank you. Hi! Animal spirit for my Aries. Owl. A gift of knowledge, a gift of wisdom. You either want to surprise someone with a gift, or someone will gift you with something. It could be tangible, something tangible, but it could be something of the spirit or of the heart, a message, a realization, a wisdom, a teaching. This could be someone looking at you, Aries, or you looking at them, Lizard. These are the waters in which the mystique swims in the light. Some of you are creatures of the night. You can see in the dark, you can see through the veil, you can see beyond the veil, you can see in the dream space, you can see in the realistic space. These are this is a very strong aspect of prophetic dreams, of visions, of knowing, of again prophecies coming up really strong, or just really strong occult mystical abilities. You don't have to be an actual occultist to have it be relevant to you. It might be it just be your talent that you need to develop. That maybe you're called to develop that talent, and maybe something triggers you to do that. Maybe it's a dream, maybe it's a message, maybe it's something that you watch, something that you read, maybe it's this video. Either way, June is a pivotal moment where my seekers are turning seers, are turning shifters. Speaking of, check out Patreon. Those are my tiers. There's a seeker, seer, shifter. Anyway. Someone is going to trigger you. This is two people. Okay, I think you got the point. I'll see you in a second in the extended. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell button to join the existential shift and receive notifications. I love you. Mwah.